Welcome back to CosPilates. Today we are taking inspiration from Yowamushi Pedal. So I'm just going to say this right out of the gate. When we do a theme here at CosPilates, we really do the theme. So there's going to be a lot of really awful puns about bikes, so just mentally prepare yourself for that. I also almost wore a helmet as part of my costume, but I wasn't going to be able to properly do Pilates with the helmet on. So unfortunately, we don't have a helmet, but we can imagine ourselves on our bikes, on the road, ready to race, ready to go. So with that, strap on that imaginary helmet, hop on that imaginary bike, and we're gonna jump right in. Let's pedal to the metal. Woo! All right, setting up for success here. You're gonna bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the mat. Your legs are gonna be inner hip width distance apart, so finding the bony landmarks of your hips. You're gonna follow that line down, and that's where we're gonna situate the legs. Arms will stay long down by your side, and we're gonna warm up with some bicycle legs, some single leg bicycles. So from here, without shifting your spine, keep that tailbone nice and heavy. You're gonna pull the right leg in up to a tabletop position. Now check in, did the pelvis rock back as you pulled the leg in? We want to separate the pelvis from the leg. So really feel that triangle part of your spine nice and heavy on the mat, and that crease at your hip here. Lower back down and try the other side. So we want to think the tailbone grows longer underneath us as the leg lifts up. You'll feel your stomach have to work a little bit to kind of engage this position and to find that control and isolation. That's what we love about Pilates. It changes our perspective on things. I can move my legs with my center. Yeah, you can. And lift up, change. 2 more of these, keeping the collarbones nice and wide. And lower down. Last time. Now from here we add on. You're gonna lift that right leg up. You're gonna send it long to your high diagonal. Now the knees are gonna stay aligned. We're not gonna go super low yet. Work the length in your spine. As the leg lengthens, you wanna pull the abdominals in and up almost under your rib cage. So there's that oppositional pull at the center. Now from here, you're gonna bend the knee back in. Maybe you pull the thigh closer to your chest while keeping that tailbone long. 2 more times like that. Exhale as you lengthen long. And bend it back in. 1 more time, keep it out there and hold. Now from here, lift that leg up to the ceiling, keep the tailbone and pelvis still, lower it back to that high diagonal. 2 more times. All the while, this leg that's not up, it doesn't get to move. Lots to think about here. Bend your knee back in, lower it down. We do final side, final time. You crease at the hip to bring the leg to tabletop. You send the leg forward, push your pedal down, and bring it back in. Exhale, lengthen. Pull your abdominals in and up. As the leg lengthens long and away, resist the urge to arch at the mid-back. Close down that space a little bit more between the mid-back and the mat. Now we take the leg up without shifting the pelvis and lowering it back down. It might be a small range of motion, and that's totally fine. Control and good technique over range of motion. Bend the leg back in and lower down. We now build this into a full bicycle situation. You're gonna take the right leg up. You're gonna stretch it long. Lift the leg up to the ceiling. Let the thigh bone fall towards your chest. Keep the collarbones wide. And stretch it out long. And lift it up. Bring it in. And reach 3 more times. Maybe we start to play with the range of motion a little bit more here. Maybe the leg goes a little lower. Maybe we work the thigh closer to the chest. 1 more time in this direction. And now we reverse. You pull the leg in, lift up, try to stay level on that pelvis. It's gonna be real tempting to kind of shift to one side. Connect to your imaginary center line. And don't forget to breathe. 1 more time like that. Bend the leg back in. We go to the other side. Left leg lifts up. Find that levelness on your pelvis. If it's helpful to bring the hands to your hips to get that instant feedback of the body, go right ahead here. We're gonna stretch the leg long, lift it up, bend it in, and stretch. 4 more times in this direction. If your hands are on your hips, work to pull the hip bones a little bit longer away from you. Create space in the waist to move into. And now reverse. Going backwards. Rewind the track. 3 more times. Keeping everything nice and steady, nice and balanced. 1 more time. Lift it up, bring it back down, take a little rock side to side. We're gonna add our Pilates curl, so the curl of the head, neck, and shoulders. Arms are gonna stay long by your side. On your next exhale, head, neck, and shoulders rise just to the tips of the shoulder blades. Your tail stays heavy, your lower back stays long. So once again, isolation. We don't wanna lift the booty or tuck the whole spine when we curl just the upper body up. Lower down nice and controlled, and we'll take that 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up and hold. Work that scoop from the center. Feel those front ribs curl up and over an imaginary bike handle, and then lower back down. I told you the puns would be weird. And then come all the way up and hold. We're gonna add our bicycle leg in our curl. So right leg lifts up, you stretch forward, lift it up, bend it in and stretch. And reach. Now we've picked up the pace a little bit as well. Biking is a lot of cardio. So let's incorporate that into our CosPilates today. And now reverse your circle. Still staying level on the pelvis. Still keeping that inner thigh connection even though the legs aren't together. 1 more time. Lower the leg down, lower the head, rock your head side to side. Final side, final time. Head, neck, and shoulders rise. Left leg comes in, we stretch long and up. Try to find the flow here as you would on an actual bicycle. So starting to connect the dots of the movement a little bit. 1 more time in this direction. And now reverse, pull in. Try to keep that pelvis stable. 2 more times. Last time. Bring the leg back down, rock yourself side to side. We're gonna move right into our 100 today. With our 100, now we do a full 2-leg bicycle. Now we're really gonna get the heart rate up. This is probably gonna be the most true to bicycle exercise we do today. So from here, you're gonna bend your knees into your chest, maybe give them a quick little hug, get them prepared for our little sprint up the mountain. On your next exhale, you're gonna curl the head, neck, and shoulders up, float the arms by your hips. From here, stretch the right leg long, and then begin your bicycle legs. Little coordination. Now from here, if you wanna up the ante, we pump the arms up and down. And breathe, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep moving and grooving. Nice big breaths. Still getting that same reach through the legs. If you do this faster, it doesn't mean it ends faster. Now reverse your circle. Take it back. Really working on coordination here. 2 more times. Last time. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug your knees into your chest. I'm sweating. 1 hand on top of each knee. Circle your knees away from each other. And then reverse your circle. All right, recenter yourself on your mat. We're gonna go for a couple of roll-ups. And inspired by our bicycle wheel, we're gonna go for some rolling in and out. So we're gonna add some arms. Legs are gonna separate about inner hip width distance apart once more, or you can go the width of the mat, whatever works for you. Your arms are gonna come up to the ceiling, and we're gonna have a soft fist with the hands because we're gonna imagine we're holding onto some bike handles. On your next exhale, you're gonna curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Start to peel your spine up off the mat as you roll all the way up to sit. Dive forward, round over your imaginary bicycle wheel, lifting the back of the ribs away from the hips. And now as you start to roll down, you're gonna pull your bike handles in towards you. As you pull them in, keep pulling your waist away. As you roll all the way down, stretch the arms behind you. Come all the way back up, roll back up. Dive forward, lift up and over. Then pull the handles in towards you. Take the arms back. One more time in this direction. Slowly bring it back down. How slow can you go? Now we reverse. Pull the arms down. Row the bars down your body as you roll up. Dive forward. Now from here, you roll down. Keeping the arms ahead, bend the elbows in, stretch it out. And roll back down. Keeping those shoulders set on the back. One more time. Nice large bicycle wheel, and take it back down. Woohoo! So our single leg circle today, we're gonna do 2 variations on it. So we wanna create, once again, those big bicycle wheels. You're gonna take the right leg up to the ceiling, option 2, bend the knee in and then stretch it up. You'll find a little external rotation with the leg, toes point to 1 o'clock on the clock. You're gonna take your leg across the body without lifting the hip, draw it down and around, and bring it back up. Inhale across, around, big perfect bicycle wheel. One more time in this direction. And now reverse, out, around and up. Inhale, out, around, exhale, lift up. One more time. Lift up, bend the knee into your chest, give it a quick little pull. Now we're gonna go way classical with our second variation. We're gonna add a twist and take the hip with us over in the circle to make the circle larger. So follow along. You're gonna take your leg up to the ceiling. The leg is gonna come across the body and you lift the hip. So now my hip is off of the mat, but my shoulders are still down. So work those triceps down into the mat. As you bring the leg down and forward, the pelvis lowers back down, keeping the circle wide as you come back to center. 2 more times in this direction. So we get a little bit of oblique, those side abdominals, to help pull us back into center. And now we reverse, out. Take it around with control, lift the hip. So it's easy to kind of throw this one away and just throw the body around, but we want to find the control and the precision here nonetheless. We're going for perfect bicycle wheel circles. Come back through center, reach the leg long on the mat. Let's change sides. Left leg comes up. We take our traditional circles with the hip down. So just like we were working in the warm-up, that same separation of the pelvis from the legs is really important here with our single leg circle. Now reverse your circle. And then really work on crossing that body. Feel that inner thigh work. Now we go back to our original direction, except we lift the hip. And this one feels pretty good, especially after doing the first round, the first gear, ha-ha, because you get a little stretch here as well. And now reverse your circle, out. Keep it flowy, but controlled. 2 more times. You'll definitely feel which hip is a little stronger when you do these. Last time. Reach the leg all the way down to the mat. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Roll all the way up. Stretch forward. All right, we have rolling like a ball next, and we're gonna keep this really playful. We're gonna keep this on theme with our bicycle wheel, and we're gonna roll like a ball in a circle. So, bear with me. It's gonna get a little wacky, but it's a lot of fun. So we're gonna start with 3 traditional rolling like a balls, just so that we can feel where we're at today. So heels together, toes apart. You're gonna open your legs into your arms, drag the heels in towards your seat. You're gonna drag them in and lift them up at the same time. Keep your gaze down. You're gonna rock back just to the tips of the shoulder blades and work on really lifting those hips to come back up. Rock back, lift your hips, and bring it back down. The lift in your hips creates the runway through which you will roll through. Lower down, shake it out. That runway is especially important as we move into second gear and take this in a circle. So from here, returning to your rolling like a ball balance. As you rock back and lift your hips, you're gonna shift your body a little bit to the right so that you roll up facing that right corner of your mat. So you'll rock back, lift that runway and shift it a little bit and point it to the corner. Now we're gonna continue that, slowly coming around, circling around our mat until we make it all the way back to our start position. Scoop and lift. Scoop and lift. This is so much fun. Scoop and lift. Keep your gaze down. That's gonna help with the roundness of your spine. Almost there. Yes. 2 more times. 1 more time. From here, lower the feet down. Bring the bottoms of them together. Take a quick little butterfly stretch. Woo! That one's a great little playful challenge on our rolling like a ball. All right. Let's do another sprint up the mountain. We're gonna do our abdominal series. Setting up for our single leg stretch. Hands are gonna stack one on top of the other, bring them behind the nape of your neck. From here, you're gonna curl the head, neck, and shoulders up, and we're always thinking sternum to thighs, not thighs to sternum, to keep the length in the spine. From here, you're gonna stretch the right leg long, take a few of those familiar bicycles, and then reverse your circle. Now you're gonna pause and bring that right knee into your chest. You're gonna twist your armpit towards your knee and lift a little bit up off of that shoulder blade to twist and reach towards the knee in your crisscross. Stay in your curl as you bicycle to the other side and twist and reach up. Check in with that hip. Did it lift? Recenter, stay level on your pelvis. Now let's pick up the pace here. We twist and bike. Really going for it here. Once again, a lot of coordination with this stuff. One of our 6 Pilates principles. And now we reverse. Holy moly. Scoop and lift. Try to stay even on that pelvis. That's really the hardest part here. Lead with the ribs and the obliques. Try to keep the elbows out of the picture. For 2. Last time. Holy moly. Rock it side to side. That was spicy. Good job, everyone. We're gonna take our legs and turn them into a unicycle. We do all types of biking here at CosPilates. So our lower lift is gonna become a little bit of a circus act. So you're gonna take your hands once again, stack them, bring them behind the nape of your neck. Let's do a quick review of the legs before we curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. The legs are gonna come up to the ceiling. If they're not straight, that's fine. I want you to come so that your tailbone is still nice and centered on the mat. So if the legs are to the ceiling, but the booty's lifting and the lower back is smushed to the mat, we have gone too far. Take a slight bend of the knees into a bit of a diamond shape. This is a great position if the hamstrings are tight or if you're finding that engagement and that length in the back is a little hard to find with straight legs. So set up for success. You're gonna lower the legs towards the floor. Once again, the lower the legs are, the more challenging this is. Start at 45 degrees and then play with it from there. From here, both legs bend into your chest. Really work on pulling the thighs in, hugging the heels towards the booty, and then you take them back up to the ceiling. Try one more like that, dragging it in, and lift it back up. We will do the reverse. So let's find that here, bending the knees in, stretching long, and then pulling the legs back up. We want to avoid using momentum with this exercise, and we really want to find that control and position through our core engagement. Once again, all easier said than done. Let's rock and roll. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Let's see how I do today. You're gonna take the legs up to the ceiling. You're gonna drive your unicycle, lower them down, drag the heels in, keep your curl, and lift it up. 2 more in this direction. Drag it in, and lift it up 1 more time. And then we have to reverse. Pull the legs in, stretch it long, keep working that curl 2 more times. Woo! And lift. Last time. Lift up, bend the knees in, lower down, shake it out. All right, reach the legs long in front of you. Take a long yawning stretch, splat on the ground. And then from here, arms come up to the ceiling, roll all the way up. Shake it out. Let's move into a little spine stretch forward here. Little reset of the back. Your legs are gonna be mat width distance apart. Once again, we wanna feel nice and situated right on top of those sits bones. So I want you to imagine this is the same position that we just found lying down on the mat. So all of these positions that we talk about, we're just changing the orientation of them. Same principles apply. The magic of Pilates. So from here, being nice and long and tall, arms are gonna come forward holding our imaginary bike handles. A soft fist works for me. I like a little method acting here. On your next exhale, you're gonna slide and dive forward. And I want you to imagine that rounding over that bicycle wheel once more. Drop the head, pull the waist in and up. Feel a lot of lift off of your seat. Lift off of that really painful bicycle seat and come all the way back up. I love bike riding, but man, some of those seats, they are painful. I always swap them out with a more comfortable one. Take an inhale. Exhale, I want you to lift up and over as you spine stretch forward. So we don't want to sink backwards and then roll forward. We want to think up and over. And stack back up to tall. Let's take that one more time. Scooping up and over. And stack all the way up to tall. Take your arms out to your side like a T. We add a twist. You're gonna twist your rib cage to the right. Thinking about the twist that we did in crisscross, pull that left hip back as the right ribs twist further towards the back of the mat. Come back through center and twist. Grow taller. Lift up out of your bike seat and come back through center and twist. And center. And twist. And center. This last time we're gonna twist and hold. We're gonna draw little baby trainer bike wheels with our fists. Oh yeah, I told you we were gonna stay on theme. For 10, 9, 8, 7, hold your twist. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Now reverse for 10, 9. Keep lengthening your arms away from each other. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center, change sides. We draw those little training wheels for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Twist a little bit more. Reverse your circle for 10, 9, 8, 7. It'll be over soon. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center, lower down, shake out your legs. We're gonna come down to lie in a prone position on our stomach, do some extension series, and yeah, let's jump right in and I'll meet you there. Uh-oh, I've fallen off my bike. Let's get back up with some extension. You're gonna stack your hands one on top of the other, bring your forehead to your hands, and you're gonna bring your feet, start with them wide, about mat width distance apart, and then if you're feeling like you can narrow them, maybe even zip them together, you can start to work towards that. I want you to think about your hip extension here in this exercise. So those bony hip points, I want you to feel them down towards the mat and lengthen them away from your ribs. So we want to create a lot of space here. There's a lot of reach and length through the front of the legs. This is going to create a little bit of stretch, and it's also going to work our hip flexors in a really nice way. So from here, we're going to just do our classic swan prep to start. Get the body into the mindset of extension. You're going to keep your pelvis heavy onto the mat, lift your abdominals, and you're going to take your hands, head, and heart up towards the sky. Really lifting with the upper back, lifting with the abdominals. We're hanging out here for a longer hold, and then you're going to slowly lower back down. 2 more times like that. Lift up. Lengthen through the waist. Can you get longer and lift up higher? Reach towards that finish line, and then lower back down. 1 more time like that. We're going to build on this shape, so lower back down. You can continue to just do swan prep. Great exercise, very challenging. Or you can join me for some more circle action. So from here, you're going to lift up into your swan and hold. You're going to stretch the arms behind you. Really lift with the upper back. Lift those triceps towards the ceiling. Now from here, stay this high as the arms circle around to the front, reaching for that finish line. And then you're going to bend the arms back in, stretch the arms back behind you. Take them around. And bring it back in. 1 more time like that. Eyes on the prize, eyes on the horizon. From here, we reverse the circle. You can join me and stay lifted, or take a break in between sets. So this is less about the shape of the arms, honestly, and more about maintaining the lift of your center. Last time. Lower down out of your swan. Press yourself back and find a quick child's pose. Breathing easy. Child's pose feels great after a lot of extension. We're going to come into a single leg kick. We're going to keep it pretty classical because you need strong hamstrings to be a successful cyclist. So we're going to work that hamstring curl in a couple of different ways in our single leg kick. So from here, I'm going to have you make a fist with one hand and cup it with the other. You're going to bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and your legs will zip together. Now we want to think long line here, so we're not chilling out watching Yowamushi Pedal. We're going to press the mat away. We're going to get long. We're going to work that extension that we just found in Swan, abs up, pelvis down. Nice long collarbones, nice lift through the spine. Feeling long and tall, engaged, ready to kick some butt on the road. So from here, you're going to bend your right knee. You're going to draw the heel close to you twice. So each pulse that you do gets closer and closer towards your booty, and then lower back down. Let's take it slow again on the other leg. You draw closer and closer and bring it back down. Now we pick up the pace. That closer feeling is important because you get more bang for your buck out of the hamstring curl. So let's try this a little faster. You pulse, and bring it down. Deeper, deeper. Go, go. And breathe. You want to stay nice and lifted too the whole time. This is targeting the entirety of your posterior chain. Try to keep those hip points down. For 3, for 2, last time. Now from here, you can take another round of these or tuck the toes under, lift your hips up into a forearm plank. We do the same curl here. Right leg lifts up, closer, closer, and lower down change. Closer, closer, lower down change. Closer, closer, lower down change. And lift, and change. For 4, and 3, and 2. Nice strong hamstrings last time. Bend the knees in, press yourself back, find your child's pose. Stay in your child's pose and breathe. And I'm gonna do a brief little chat about hamstrings. We spend a lot of time and there's a lot of focus for a lot of people on stretching the hamstrings, which is incredibly important. It's not important, but we also wanna make sure that we're strengthening our hamstrings. You need both stretch and strengthen to be able to move through healthy ranges of motion, and especially for our prime athletes like our cyclists in Yowamushi Pedal, you want to make sure that each muscle that you're using is doing the job that it's supposed to be doing. So having both of those elements, the flexibility and the strength of your hamstrings, is going to allow your legs to just overall function better, and you're just going to feel good, and it's going to be great. It's so wonderful. All right, we're gonna do some legs. We're gonna lie down, do some side kicks, and these are gonna be real fun because we get more cycling action. You're gonna lie down, bringing your side body right up against the back edge of this mat. A couple of options for arms. You can lie down on your bicep like a pillow. You can bend at the elbow and support the head in your hands. That's also good. Hand comes in front of your chest, or it comes behind your head for more of a challenge. So a lot of variation on things. Find what works for you. Your legs are gonna come to the front corner of the mat, and you're gonna look like a little check mark. Boop. We're gonna start with a little front back just to warm up the leg, and then we'll pick up the pace. You're gonna take that right leg, lift it up to a hover so that it's right in line with that hip. Keep the hips stacked. So this is the same feeling that we worked in warm-up, in our ab series. We've been talking about it a lot in this class. Keeping the pelvis and the legs moving separate from one another. You're gonna take the leg forward, swing it twice, kick, kick, and then reach it back behind you. Keeping it along the same plane the whole time. Working that extension through the front of the hip. Everything comes together. Now we're gonna turn that into a bicycle. You're gonna swing the leg forward, bend the knee into your chest, heel to booty, hamstring curl, and then take the leg back behind you, work that balance. Bring it forward, bend the knee in, heel to booty, lengthen back, and take it forward. One more time in this direction. Don't sink to the mat. Feel really light on the mat here. Reverse your circle. Find that lift of your waist. Challenge your range of motion here. Try to keep the waist even though it feels like one side is getting smaller. One more time. We're moving at a very deliberate pace here. Now from here, you're gonna reach this leg long down onto the mat. We're gonna start in a parallel position. You're gonna take the leg up and lower it down. 2 more times like this. And lower down. This last time you lift up, you're gonna bring it just so that it's aligned with the hip. We draw 5 little training wheels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. You're gonna point the toe, turn the leg out. So you notice I'm wrapping the inner thigh. Nothing in my hip has changed. So let's try that again. Bring the leg back to parallel. Lengthen the leg long, wrap the inner thigh open, turn the leg out. Keep it turned out as you lower it back to the mat. So now we're working a slightly different shape of the leg as we lift it up and lower it back down. It might not go as high, that's okay. This last time you lift up, You're gonna bring the leg back to that hip height and draw your training wheels for 5 in this external rotation. 2 and 1, reverse your circle for 4, 3, 2 and 1. Lower the leg down. We do 2 big legs to finish here. We're gonna do our side bicycle here. So we've done a unicycle, we've done a regular bicycle, and now we're doing a side bicycle. I don't think these exist, but we're really going to the circus here. From here, you're gonna work this external rotation. You're gonna drag the toes towards your knee into a passe position. You're gonna lengthen this leg up to the ceiling, however far it goes. Keep lifting the side body away. Reach the leg all the way back down, and we do that 2 more times in this direction. Bend it in and lift. This one always makes me feel like a superstar. I think it's very fun. Now we do the reverse. Lift the leg up, let the thigh bone fall towards you, and then reach it long and up. Bend it in. 1 more time. And reach. Let's do a stretchy bicycle. Return the leg to parallel. You're gonna lift the leg up. Leg swings forward. Maybe you grab onto the leg, and this time I'll let you sink the hip back. You can take a little stretch here of the hamstring. Now from here, you're gonna bend the knee, grab onto your ankle, then heel to booty, find a little quad stretch here. You can stay here, or you can take it a little bit into a twist. Just find a stretch that works for you. We'll take that 2 more times. You're gonna take the leg long, swing it front, catch the leg, give it a little pull, and then drag the leg in, take your quad stretch. Squeeze the glute of that leg. It sends your hips more into extension. 1 final time here. Reach it long. And then from here, you can bring that leg back to stack. Lie down on your back, and we'll take a figure 4 stretch. So that leg that we just worked, especially in that turned out position, a lot of hip. So you're gonna bring that leg right above the knee, and you're gonna pull the shape in towards you. You do not have to pull the leg in that close to instantly feel this. And just relax the front of the throat. Breathe easy. Hang out here a little longer. We're gonna just swing our legs around and go to the other side. So take a couple of moments here, and I'll meet you there. Alrighty, greetings from side 2. So adjusting accordingly. Try to do the same position that you did on the first side as the second side, so that we're staying as even as possible. You're gonna take that top leg lifted up, and we're gonna go for our bicycle. Draw it forward, bend the knee in, heel towards booty, and lengthen it back. So all that good stuff. Really work that lift of your center. This feels like a side plank for me, especially on that side that's on the mat. Now reverse your circle. One side might feel very different from the other. That is totally normal. All right, 1 more time. Woohoo! Now from here, you're gonna bring that leg long down onto the bottom leg. Parallel, we lift the leg up and lower it down. Reach it up and lower it down. 1 more time, you lower it halfway. We draw our training wheels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle. Pedal to the metal. 2, and 1. Point the toe, wrap the inner thigh, open it, and bring it back in. 1 more time, you turn it out, lower it down. Now we lift that turned out leg up. Oh, it's so hard. Lengthen, lift, and lower down. This time lift up, bring it down halfway, training wheels. 5, 4, 3, swift but precise, and reverse. 4, yes, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that turned out leg down. We go for our side bicycle, so readjust if you need. I know I had to. That hip was going way back. Keep that stack, everyone. You're gonna bend that knee, lift it up, lengthen it down. 2 more times. Don't just throw the leg around. Find the control. And now reverse. It lifts. Try to find lightness in the leg. Reach it long and bring it in. 1 more time. We return the leg to parallel. We go for our stretchy bike. You stretch it out long. Did you know there were side bikes and stretchy bikes? What would a stretchy bike look like? Bend the knee in, take your quad stretch. Like a bike made out of like those sticky hand materials. And then stretch the leg long and swing. These are the things I think about. Oh, catch the leg. I got too excited about that quad stretch. And then go for your quad. 1 more time like that. Catch. And then draw it back in. Return the top leg to meet the bottom leg. Slowly come to lie down on your back. Figure 4 stretch, because you deserve it. This stretch is just great to do regardless. Gets right into that glute, into the piriformis, all of that stuff that gets incredibly tight, whether we're sitting at a desk or sitting on a bike. Breathing easy. All right, begin to unravel your figure 4. Let's come to a quadruped position, facing whatever we have deemed the front edge of our mat. We're gonna close out with a little bit of high energy planking. So we're gonna incorporate those mountain climbers and really get the heart pumping for our final little stretch to the finish line. So I'm gonna have you bring your hands down, wrists and shoulders are aligned, knees and hips are aligned. Starting here, I want you to work that lift of your center. This is gonna be the foundation for our plank. We wanna be actively pressing the mat away with the shoulders. We wanna feel the front body lift up towards the back body. We don't wanna sink into the mid back. We're not gonna be able to hold ourselves up. We want that full engagement, imagining that the mat is underneath us. This is our long, tall sit. We're just taking it into a different orientation with a little less support. So finding those same principles here. From here, we're gonna go for a little hip rotation here. Take a little circle of the knee. You're gonna bend the leg underneath you, circle it around, and bring it back in. We're gonna take this 2 more times in this direction, and then reverse. So this is a good way to check the stability of the center and working to stay nice and even. Let's go to the other side. You pull the leg in underneath you, take it around. We'll eventually take this into the planks. We're just priming the body. Last time in your reverse direction, lower the legs down, sit back on your heels if you need. All right, that hip mobility and that strong center and strong shoulders, we're gonna come together and bring it into 3rd gear, and we're gonna add on. So from here, straight arm plank. You can take this in a forearm position. So if your forearm planks are what you're working on right now, you can always come to the forearms. I'm gonna keep the arms straight today. You're gonna take your right leg back behind you. You're gonna bring your left leg to meet it, heels together, toes apart in your Pilates stance. We're gonna hold the plank. We're not gonna add anything yet. We can get as funky as we like later, but let's really work this position. Think of what we did in quadruped, but bringing it to a less supported position. Hold here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, bend to the knees, lower down, breathe. All right, now we're gonna go for our mountain climber. We're gonna climb up the mountain. We're gonna cycle up the mountain. We're gonna get up this steep hill. Here we go. Long plank. Slow motion first. Right knee bends into your chest. Lift your abdominals, create space for that thigh to come in. Bring it back and change. Bring it back in. We're gonna pick up the pace for 10 seconds. Take this as fast as you like. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return, hold your plank for a beat. Bend your knees, lower down. Woohoo! All right, now from here, we do side mountain climber. Hands come down. We find our plank. You're gonna take that right knee, draw it to the outside of the right leg, like you're gonna draw it towards your armpit, and then bring it back down and change. Bring it back down. We pick up the pace for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your plank for a beat. Bend your knees, lower down. This is the burnout round, woohoo. All right, final one. We do our twisted bike. So many different bicycles. All right, take a moment, prepare yourself. This is our last thing before we stretch. So I hope you're as excited as I am. You're gonna find your plank and hold. Your right knee is gonna come in and go across your body, reaching towards your left elbow. Come back through center and bring it in. And change sides. We do this for 10 seconds. Here we go for 10. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your plank for a beat. Lower down. We are done. Shake it out. Let's stretch those legs. They've worked hard for us today. You're gonna take your hands down to the mat. Right leg is gonna come to the outside of your hands. So you're gonna bring this leg to the side edge here of your mat. I'm so worn out from that burnout round. And then you're gonna bring your hands in between. It's gonna be a little bit of a wider lunge. And I want you to kind of just sink into this a little bit. You can press the knee away and lift the inside of the foot up if that feels good. You can come down on your forearms into more of a classic kind of yogic lizard position. You can add a twist towards the leg. Just hanging out here, finding what feels good. And then from here, I want you to walk the foot in between your hands so that your hands sandwich your leg. We're gonna go for a quad stretch, completely optional here. You can always take a lifted lunge in lieu. But today I'm gonna add the quad stretch. You're gonna bend that leg behind you. You grab onto your foot, your ankle, wherever you're at today, and you work your twist and your release in your quad. Squeeze the glute of that left leg a little bit to increase the stretch and lift up a little more, drawing the pelvis forward to deepen it as well. Lots of different things to do here. 2 more breaths here. Last time. Release that leg with control. Let's take a quick lift into that lunge position that I talked about before. And then add a little twist. Twist towards that long leg. And come back through center. Hands come down. We're gonna straighten that front leg, take a little hamstring stretch. Work to square the hips off, find a long flat back, and feel like you're reaching that sternum long towards your toes. We're just gonna breathe easy here. If you want to deepen this, you sit back onto that supporting leg and deepen your fold in a more compact position. If you want to add a little bit more on, take opposite hand to the outside of the foot and add a little twist. You'll feel a little bit in the lower back. come out of that hamstring stretch, we're gonna change sides. So we start with that wide lunge. So foot is to the outside of the hands. You can hang out here a little bit, open the knee up, getting long through that hip, staying here or coming down into more of that lizard position. Adding that twist if that feels good. And then moving that foot in between the hands, working that lifted position right out of the gate, or adding that quad stretch, bending that back leg, reaching for the leg, and adding that twist. Getting a lot of good stretching in. Prepare yourself for your hamstring stretch. Once again, we're not symmetrical on each side. So if one side feels incredibly tight in comparison to the other, no worries. That's why we do both sides. You can stay here or you can deepen it back towards the leg. I'm sitting directly onto my back leg here. You can always sit on a block if that's helpful, like a yoga block or even a really thick book or one of your omnibuses. I've done that before. Take a big inhale and big exhale. Slowly come all the way back up. Come to sit, draw your shoulders back, and you've made it to the finish line, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this class. This was a lot of fun for me to do. Maybe a little ridiculous, but let's be ridiculous. It's so much fun to be ridiculous. So, have a good day. Enjoy. If you want to see more CosPilates, check out the playlist that I'll put somewhere about this in post. If you have special requests for CosPilates, please let me know in the comments below as well. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you soon. Stay awesome. Bye.